Okay. Well, good morning. Hi, my name is Stephanie Foster, and I am so glad to welcome you here today. My workshop today is called Yoga for Women Over 50. It is such an honor to share this with you, and I'm thrilled to be able to share with you some of my journey over the past 5 years as I have navigated what it is to be a woman over 50. So today, just as an orientation, I want you to know that we'll be here 2.5 hours online. And it is my intention to share with you a yoga practice that helps for you to understand your journey into the developmental milestones of being 50 and traveling through the 50s. There you go. Throughout this time, I want to invite you to take care of yourself. Above all, do no harm. And if, as I suggest moves and facilitate meditation, I want to give you the freedom up front to take care of yourself. If something hurts, back off from it. If something feels good, you're welcome to stay there a little bit longer. One of the things that happens to women in their 50s is this is a good time to say goodbye to the previous life roles and to add new ones. It's the time to recreate yourself with a new identity. I want you to know that halfway through, I'm going to give you a break. So know up front that if you need that break, please just allow yourself to leave the room and then come back. But after the first half of our session, which will be a bit more active, you'll be given time away from the screen completely to take care of whatever you need. See, I just asked that up front, you have the handout all printed out. This will help you to see it on the screen and also to have it with you. Hopefully you've gathered your equipment. You need a couple of blankets. Have a bolster ready. Water. And then just a quiet space. I invite you to just give yourself this 2.5 hours to think, to let go of the to-do list, to let your energy and your tension, your heart and your spirit just be here and be welcome. One of my references for today will be the Gail Sheehy New Passages. And I really love how she puts this in. She is a developmental psychologist. She puts our journey in life onto a pathway. And for me, it's kind of comforting to know that where I'm at, no matter how stressed out or how torn in many of the roles I feel, where I'm at is following a pathway, and it's a pathway for good. Gail Sheehy writes that every woman's journey is unique, and that yet it follows certain paths, certain steps. Whether your life's journey means that you're married or you're divorced in your 50s, whether you're raising children, or perhaps you've chosen the path of singlehood, you're caring for your adult parents, your aging parents, or not. There are certain developmental tasks that you go through in general that help us to live our life to the fullest. It's just like the developmental stages of a child. You think about as children, we start out on our bellies not being able to move at all. And slowly we learn to sit up, and then we crawl, and finally we walk. And if a child doesn't learn these skills, then they get extra help and they are supported to go through that. It's the same thing in adulthood. This topic is especially poignant for me as I just celebrated my 55th birthday. And I'm smack dab in the middle of this period. I noticed that I've had lots of good times, lots of tears. I've had many peaks in my journey, and I've had several valleys as well. But studying where I'm at and understanding that I'm going through has made this journey this year all the better. I've learned not to take myself too seriously, and I've learned that my yoga practice really does support me where I'm at. So let's just take a look at this pathway, this new map of adult life. You start out in your 20s, and she calls it the tryout 20s. And then you go into the turbulent 30s, and that is highlighted by starting a little early midlife crisis. Adolescence is what she calls it. And then you go into your flourishing 40s. And many women either start or finish menopause during their flourishing 40s. That time frame can change and it's very individual, but in general, women go through that change of life somewhere in their late 40s or early 50s. This brings them into the flaming 50s, and this is where we're going to study today. But the good news of getting successfully through your flaming 50s is that you enter into a period called the serene 60s. And as long as you're healthy and continue to be healthy and thrive, you go into sage 70s, your uninhibited 80s, your nobility of the 90s, and for some people, the celebratory centenarians. But since we're going to stay in the flaming 50s, let's look at that a little deeper. I love the name flaming 50s, because many women going through menopause experience hot flashes, and you can burst into a hot flash at any time, provoked or unprovoked. You can wake up in the middle of the night sweating profusely just because of your hormonal fluctuations. The other thing that happens that I like in the 50s and why this is called the flaming 50s is because it is the time of great satisfaction, that somehow you can start to shift what's important in your life and start looking at meaning. And most of the people, Gail Sheehy quoted that 65 to 75 of people in her surveys actually found greater happiness, satisfaction, and comfort in their 50s. So the 50s are characterized by some kind of pits or despair. That's what you see up on the top of the screen, right there. And that's characterized by a period of really examining who you are. 50% of the women that Gail researched or surveyed found that they actually went into a depression, a time of really looking at who they are. But that successfully navigating these developmental steps ends up with kind of a reemergence, a climb up to a peak where when you get there, you can feel kind of a lightening and an understanding of who you are and the meaning behind all of the events that happened in your younger years. And that kind of gives you an optimism surge, a time when you have kind of a new period to recreate yourself. Along the way, in our 50s, there's also this mortality crisis. Unfortunately, we lose people that we love. And you also come to a point where you realize, I'm no longer, I might not be invincible. I am where I am, and I might not live as long as I thought I was going to. It's an important step to really, really look at who you are and your relationship with your own mortality. Along with that mortality crisis, there's this period of meaning crisis. What really is important? The question of why comes in quite a bit. What's really great about getting and being real and being authentic through that period of meaning, asking yourself and taking the time to really get to know yourself on a one more step deeper, is that then you enter a new land. And that's what this Oh Pioneers is all about. It's like, wow, I no longer have to, whatever that is. It's a sense of letting go and starting out in fresh, new area. Being a pioneer is about finding your passion. It could be with or without your partner, with or without your significant other, with or without the children in your life. And the characteristic that overrides this whole period of time is called the age of mastery. Here's the time when you can claim it. You can say, I can live by my own light and stop trying to please everybody else. So why practice yoga in your 50s? According to our wonderful teacher, Lisa, these are some of the reasons, these are the first 5 of why practice yoga in your 50s. You're going to notice that as we age, our body changes, and keeping flexibility in all your joints really can help reduce aches and pains. It can help reduce injury. Practicing yoga at all times in your life, whether you're 50, 45, whatever stage you're at, helps to give you that deep mental and emotional peace. Another area that I've particularly found in this intensive study of yoga has been a real emergence of authentic joy. Kind of what's really important as I have delved into what is my meaning, why am I here, what's important. I've found this real emergence of authentic joy. Joy that's based on my spirit and my relationship with God. Less so than what I have, less so than what surrounds me. Yoga, of course, is great for overall health and wellness. And yoga can help you keep your life in perspective and give you a sense of tranquility. So now I'm just going to invite you just to find a comfortable place to sit. Perhaps you're sitting up with your feet crossed, and we're going to enter a period of gentle movement to bring us into kind of exploration of this beautiful time to get us through these flaming 50s. So find yourself seated comfortably with your bottom solidly on the ground, and you may want to wiggle a little bit. Make sure that your bottom is there. And we're going to start with alternate nostril breathing. I'm just going to take my glasses off so that I can show you. Alternate nostril breathing, you're going to start with your thumb and your ring finger on both sides of your nose and put the 2 other fingers right between. And when you're ready, close your nostril with your thumb, with your 2 fingers resting on mid-forehead. Breathe in, blocking off that left side of your nose. And then switch, blocking off the right side of your nose, and breathe out. Breathe in through that left nostril. Switch and breathe out through the right. Now breathing in, slow it down. Count to 5 as you're inhaling. And pause. And switch. And exhale to 5. And keep going, breathing in. Pause. Hold. And exhale to 5. And now I'm going to invite you to continue on. Do 5 more of those on your own. Holding. Slowing down. Now, as you finish off that breathing, if you brought a candle with you today, I invite you to take a moment and just go ahead and light the candle. I'm going to lead us through a meditation that helps us really to slow down. If you didn't bring a candle, I brought one for us. There you go. Perhaps you want to dim the lights low so that your room is gently dark. Continue breathing and gaze at the candle. As you begin this journey or continue your journey through the flaming 50s, I invite you just to look. Look at the candle. See the flame burning bright. Notice the different colors of your flame. Watch it flicker and move with the air around. If you have lit your own candle in your room, perhaps you can smell the flames or a gentle scent coming from the candle. There's something beautiful and centering about watching a flickering flame of a candle. Gazing on your candle can pull you inward, help you connect with your inner soul and your powerful source of divine. Sitting and being still can help you to pray to God. Perhaps you pray to Shakti or strengthen your own life force. And no matter how your day turns out, you can choose to remain expectant that your inner candle, your light, will glow and flicker brightly like this flame, helping to guide you through your day and fulfill you. A candle flame lights the night, like the sun lights the day. The peacefulness of a flame can choose the loneliness and chase the loneliness away. A candle flame can be a light of hope. As flickering from the flame can calm an excited soul. In a church, you light a candle in God's name. It can burn eternal on a grave. It can help someone find their way. It can light a darkened world and bring bright hope to a new day. Being in your 50s is a wonderful time to discover what your meaning in life is. It's a time to face the question of who you are, to understand what's important, and to face your own mortality. What does it mean to have a successful life? Well, according to Emerson, a successful life means to laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics, to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, and to leave the world a bit better. Whether by being part of the growth of a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. Now I'm going to guide us through some gentle movement to help our bodies start to warm up and move. We're going to start at the top and work our way down. I'm going to start just by readjusting yourself, making sure that you're comfortable. Perhaps you want to change your feet. And you're going to continue by taking that imaginary string and sitting up a little taller. If I was there, I might come by you and just pull your string a little taller. See if you can't sit up a little higher. Take your right ear now and bring it to your right shoulder. And with a deep inhale, let your chin trace your collarbones, bringing your head down. And then let your left ear come to your left shoulder. And take it slow. If you can, let your neck go all the way back. If that doesn't feel quite right, that's okay, and just think about drawing half circles. So when I bring my right ear to my shoulder, right shoulder, I'm going to take a deep breath in and start by moving my neck all around in circles. Inhaling and exhaling, allowing your neck to warm up. Remembering that your shoulders need to stay down. Circling around. Do it 2 more times on your own. And when you're done with your second time, meet me in the middle. Good. We're going to start with our left ear toward the left shoulder, remembering to sit up. Left ear to left shoulder, and start those neck rolls. In general, women do tend to keep their stress in their shoulders, and it is common for our shoulders to become quite tight. So starting with your neck, allowing it to start relax, and just going with your flow and allowing yourself to breathe in and out. 2 more times. And then stop in the middle. Good. And we're going to continue getting our bodies warmed up, starting with your shoulders back, your head as high as possible. I have my right leg on top, but I'm sitting in a comfortable position. Should your hips feel tight, now's a good time to put a blanket underneath your hips. But as we progress, you'll notice your hips start to relax. You're going to start by just bringing your shoulder down to your right knee. And we're going to do the Suki grind. So we're going to draw a circle with the top of our head on the ceiling. And you're just going to start gentle rotations. When you lean towards your right, take a deep breath in. Go to the left and exhale. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. In through your nose and out through your nose. And we're going to go 2 more times. In through your nose and out through your nose. And you reach your middle. Switch your legs. And we're going to go to the left. Starting left shoulder to left knee. And then coming all the way around. And perhaps this side feels different than the other side. If you happen to find a spot that's saying, ooh, perhaps you want to stay there a little bit longer. Perhaps this side wants smaller circles. Or perhaps it wants bigger circles. Right here, right now. Listen to your body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Taking your arms overhead. Stretch up tall, reach for the ceiling and bring them down. Doing it again, taking a deep breath in. Fingers touch, bring them down to your heart center. Good. You're going to just simply move forward on your hands and knees and come into tabletop. So we want to this is a great time for a blanket to go under your knees. Give it as much padding as your knees are asking for. Put your hips directly above your knees. There you go. So we're going to take a moment to make sure our posture is correct while we do this tabletop posture. Knees and hips are right in alignment. Knees are about hip distance apart. You're going to take your fingers in L's, and you're going to point them to the wall in front of you and spread your fingers out so that your index fingers are pointed straight, your thumbs are pointed toward each other, and the rest of the hand is spread out. You'll notice that my hands are slightly in front of my shoulders, and that's to take the pressure of the weight off of your body, off of your wrists. Good job. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to go through a cat-cow series. So I'm going to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to let my shoulders go to the ceiling. And then on my exhale, I'm going to let my nose come up, my belly go up, down, and my hips go up. Taking a deep breath in, shoulders up, and exhale, belly down, nose up. Doing it again, inhale up, exhale out. Flexibility is especially important in your 50s. It helps keep you loose, adaptable, no matter what life brings to you. Go in and exhaling out. And then I just want you to check your posture again. Are your knees still under your hips? Shoulders solid? Index fingers pointed forward. Now take your right hand and lift it up to the sky. Perhaps point to the sky. Point to your ceiling, take a deep breath, and let your hand come down. We're just warming up the shoulders. And then bring it back up. We're going to do thread the needle, but first we're just going to warm us up 2, 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to let my right hand come under my left. I'm going to try to rest my cheek or my ears on the mat. I invite you to close your eyes and just breathe. There. Good. One more breath in. Take your left hand, support it, put it back near your shoulder. Lift your right hand up. Point it to the ceiling and come down. Good job. And just notice perhaps that right shoulder now feels a little looser. Moving on to our left side, you're going to take your right hand, move it out about a 45-degree angle. Take your left hand, lift it to the ceiling, and bring it down. Just to warm up our left shoulder. Up. And go ahead and thread your needle. Additional 2 times. And on that last time, bring it all the way down and hold. Hold and breathe. Good. To come out of it, you're going to move your right hand back under. Bring your left hand all the way up and bring your hands back down together into your tabletop. From here, we're going to continue warming up our body. So move your blanket out of the way. And just slowly lift your knees off the ground and hold it. Take a deep breath and bring it back down. Take a deep breath in, lift your knees up, and bring yourself into your first downward dog. You may find that you're a little stiff, so you may want to walk the dog, alternately lifting each heel. I'm going to take you through next the Sun Salutation series to build strength and add fire. ready, meet me in downward dog. Take your right foot, bring it forward, and then your left foot forward, and just meet in forward fold. Taking a deep breath in, perhaps bending the knees a little bit. Hands come up, all the way up, reach to the sky. Fingertips touch. And bring your hands to heart center. Take a look around you, see if the area around you is clear. Be ready for sun salutation. Notice your feet. On your next inhale, start by bringing your arms up and let them reach all the way to the top, palms touch. And then swan dive all the way down. Slowly let your hands come to the ground. Take a deep breath in and look up. You should be able to see me. If I were there, I might put a cup right on your back. That's how flat your back should be. On your exhale, come all the way down, hands to feet. Bending your ankle, bending your knees and your ankles, tighten your belly. Bring yourself all the way up. Hands touch, bring it to heart center. Nice job. Okay, we're gonna go through the full sequence of sun salutation. Hands come up. Enjoy your swan dive down as if you were a graceful swan. Coming, hitting the water and hands touching the ground. Lifting halfway up. Take a look at me. Can you see my eyes? Come all the way down. Hands on the ground. Take your right foot and step back. High lunge. Left foot back. Strong plank. Slowly bring yourself all the way down so that you're on the ground. And because we're just starting, just raise your shoulders. Let your hands slightly hover over the ground. Cobra. On the next inhale, let your head go down. Flip your toes. Put yourself back all the way to downward facing dog. Right foot goes up. Three-legged dog. Right foot comes forward between your legs. And next inhale, bring your legs together. Good. And rest. Forward fold. Take a deep breath in, legs bent, come all the way up. Hands touch, hands to heart center. Good job. Let's do another one on the left side. Hands up, all the way down. Come up, look at me. Hands down. Left leg goes back. Right leg goes back. Strong plank. All the way down. Nose to the ground, toes flip. You may either want to go cobra or upward facing dog. Flipping your toes. Transition into downward facing dog. Left leg forward. Legs to lunge. Hands between your feet. Forward fold. And pause. Strength and endurance are really important here, especially as most people in their 50s don't continue the same level of activity as previous. You can bring yourself all the way up and find yourselves in Savasana. Many people slow down, finding more sedentary pursuits. But the key to a healthy lifestyle in your 50s is to remain as active as possible. One professional I talked to said you can't exercise too much. Taking a deep breath in, I'm going to let you do 2 more rounds on your own, to your own pace. Hands come up, fingertips touch, all the way down. Looking up, back down. And just follow your breath as you continue with your sun salutation. You can go as fast or slow as you want. In. Good. Forward fold, coming all the way up. Hands together and down. And if you want to go even faster, now's a good time to build that heat. Keep going. And when you've reached the conclusion of your 2 rounds, I invite you to rest into child's pose. Child's pose just gives you a moment to catch up with yourself. Something else that's important as you take this journey through the flaming 50s. Breathe in and breathe out. You're doing great. I'm now going to lead you through some balance poses. And one thing that changes as we age is our vestibular ability and our sense of balance. And your vestibular ability is important so that you know where you're moving through space. Keeping your sense of balance is important physically, emotionally, and in your overall sense of your day. Many people think of balance as their ability to stand on one foot, but there's a lot more to it than that. You can use your balance sense when you're in prone, and even when you're lying on your back, which is also called supine. You can practice your balance in quadruped, which is that tabletop, in kneeling and in standing. So let's start with some balance practices in kneeling. I'm gonna invite you now to go back to tabletop, knees underneath your hips, hands slightly in front of your shoulders, index fingers pointed to the wall. Take your right foot and extend it back. And as you just press back, kind of open up those Achilles. See if you can't open up your ankle just a little more. And then on your next inhale, take your left hand and point in front of you and let your right foot point to the ground. Imagine a straight line between that left hand and right foot. Breathe in and exhale, let it come down. Switching sides, let your left foot go behind you and stretch out that Achilles. On your next breath in, Point your finger forward, left foot behind you. Exhale, bring it down. We're adding on. Tricky kitty. Left foot, right foot goes back. Left hand comes back. Take your elbow and bring it toward your knee. Crouching in like a kitty, and then on your exhale, let it out. Left hand pointing in front of you. Do that again. Right knee in, touches your left elbow, and out. One more time in. Keeping your balance on hand and foot. Good job. Bring it down. Lift up your right hand, left foot. And do that crouch again. In, on your inhale, and out. Going out. Coming in, and out. In, and out. Switching sides. Left hand forward, right foot back. If you want a little more, perhaps that left hand can touch your right foot. Whew, that's a great way to open up your chest. If that's not for you today, feel free to modify. Continue with that left elbow touching the knee 2 more times. Breathe in and exhale and bring it down. And then same with the other side, last one, right hand forward. Left knee in, crouching like a kitty. Or if you want a little more, see if that right hand can fit and feel all the way back to grab that left foot. Hold it, bring it down. Good job. All right. Next, we're going to continue working our balance. Kind of a squat. So from your tripod, just push yourself back. I'm sorry, not a tripod. From quadruped. Push back and just balance on your feet in squat. If that doesn't work for you, spread your feet apart. Widen your base of support. This is static balance. If this is still hard, perhaps you need to widen your feet a little more. Keep your feet on the ground, and then do a full squat with your ankles, with your heels all the way on the ground, hands into midline. Good job. This is candlestick, one of the most effective ways to continue working balance without standing up, and also to help relieve some of those foot aches that you may notice. Staying here, playing with it, just see if you can. As your body starts to feel more comfortable, see if you can go all the way up on your toes and hold. Perhaps you need to look at me or one of the pictures in the background. Keep your eyes on a solid spot in your room and breathe. Good. Taking a deep breath, I invite you just to stand up and forward fold. Take a deep breath. When you're ready, we're going to change to standing balance. Take a deep breath, bend your knees, tuck your bottom, bring your hands all the way up above you, fingertips touch, hands to heart center. And now you're standing. Another really good place to keep your balance. I'm still going to go with 2 feet on the ground, still important to balance. You're going to take your right foot, look at a line on the ground or create an imaginary line and put it in front. Take your back foot and let your toes touch your heel, squeeze in your belly, find a spot in front of you and just stare at it. And pause. And if you feel wobbly, that's okay. Just step out of it and then come back to us. Taking a deep breath. When you're ready, bend your knees and step out of it. Take your feet and perhaps you want to wiggle your ankles. Good, nice job. We're going to do that with our left. Again, standing balance. Very important that you keep your core muscles tight. Okay, I'm taking my left foot in front, standing on an imaginary line, taking my right foot behind me, my toes are touching my ankles. I'm squeezing into my core muscles, tightening my bottom. I'm standing tall, and I'm staring at my drishti point. And hold it. Hold it. If you feel like you're really strong, you might want to take your arms and see if you can do it with your arms moving so that you have both stationary and dynamic balance. Good. All right, when you're ready, just bend your knees and step out of it. Nice job. Okay, we're going to go right into tree pose. Tree pose, which would give you both standing and dynamic balance and allows you really to focus on your core muscles. So start by wiggling out your right ankle and then putting that right ankle firmly on the ground. Taking your left ankle, perhaps wiggling it. Find a spot on the wall right in front of you and just look at your point. Find your body, squeeze in your core muscles, keep your bottom muscles tight, and I'm just going to lift my heel. And when you're ready, lift your leg up on lift your left foot up on your right calf. If you feel strong, bring it up. Keeping an eye on that drishti point. Keeping your core muscles strong. Almost like you have to go potty, but you're not going to. You're holding your inner core muscles tight. If you've got it, bring your arms up and to the middle. One more time. When you're ready to come out, bring your knee forward, shake it out, and bring it down. Nice work. Okay. Balance can be learned and practiced. I find that the best way for me to balance is not to think of anything else. And I am more likely, if another thought comes into my mind, I'm more likely to lose my balance. So, clear your mind, take a deep breath in. Transfer your weight to your left side. Let your knee come out. And lift that right leg when it's ready. I'm feeling good today. I'm going to lift my knee all the way up. And if you can, bring your arms up. Whoop. Good. Keep an eye on that spot. I'm so proud of you. Look at you. Bring your arms up if you can, and then down. When you're ready to come out, go ahead and bring that foot down and shake it out. Nice job. Nice job. So, whew, remember, balance can be taught, and it's more than just standing on one foot. One of the best ways to prevent falling and injuries to make sure that you have a strong sense of balance. Okay, feet coming together. Standing tall in Tadasana. And we're going to come down. So, standing feet together, hips open, shoulders open, hands by my side. Take a deep breath in, fingertips touch. I want you to slowly, luxuriously fly all the way down. All the way down. Hand touches the toes. Come halfway up and look at me. All the way down, forward fold. I am going to take my hands forward and let my right leg go up. Toes to the ceiling, standing split. Leg comes through. I'm going to put my right knee in, and we're going to enter into pigeon. After all that work standing, it's time to let our hips relax and open up a little bit. So in pigeon, I have my tail feathers behind me, left foot pointing backwards. I have my right knee bent toward my right hand. And I'm just sitting into this pose. If my hips feel a little cranky, then I'm going to take a blanket and put it underneath my hips. Just a little bit of extra support. You've been working hard, you deserve it. When you're ready, lift up, up, up. Take a deep breath and then bring yourself down, recline pigeon. For this, perhaps you're going to put your hands down and let your forehead rest. Or hands all the way forward. And I want you to imagine that I'm in your room looking at you, and I want to see if you can straighten your hips out just a little bit more. See if that left leg can go back, maybe just a smidgen more, so you can find that comfortable position. And breathe. And stay. Your pelvic floor goes through many changes during your 50s. With the onset of menopause, keeping your hips open and strong will help you each day to remain flexible and to keep your body straight. Menopause is a particularly strong time in life, hormonally, physically, emotionally. And no matter how you go through this change or time, it's a good time for you to ask a professional to take that walk with you. And whether that professional is a naturopath, your regular physician, could be a chiropractor, you will find immense help and relief in taking this journey with someone else. Bringing your hands up, we're going to come out of our pigeon. Flip your left toes under and bring yourself back to downward facing dog. And notice. Notice. Hands down. This time we're going to lift your left foot up. Bringing it forward into pigeon on the left side. Nice. So I have my left knee toward my left hand and my right foot extended out behind me. If I were in the room with you, I might come and tap that right foot a little bit just to make sure it is straight behind you. Taking a deep breath, looking up, and then slowly when you're ready, coming down to recline pigeon. Good. If you need a pillow for your head, perhaps you want to put the blanket right underneath your forehead. Or perhaps you want your forehead right on your hands. And just breathe. Pigeon is also good at, while you're breathing in and just sitting here in the pose, pigeon is also a real natural way to keep your hips in alignment. Opening up your hips can help you walk straighter, can help improve your posture. Just give your body a chance to open up. Just enjoy that moment. And when you're ready, bring yourself up. Shoulders up so you can see the wall. I want you to bring your left foot behind you, down, back to a downward facing dog. And walk it out. From here, one step at a time, I want you just to step slowly. Left foot, right foot, left foot. And notice how that feels right in those hip joints where we just opened up. Right foot, all the way to forward fold. And forward fold is a particularly good pose for hormone releasing as well. If you ever feel a little jittery, perhaps you're starting to get nervous or anxious about something, it's a good time to start the forward fold. Just give yourself a moment where you fold in on yourself. When you're ready, bend those knees and come to seated. There you go. I'm going to do one more pose before I give you a really nice, long extended Savasana. And you have a choice on this. For those of you who are feeling particularly at peace, it's a good time for just laying back and doing a fish pose. And fish pose means that you lay back on your shoulders, on your elbows, nose to the ceiling. And then, if your neck will tolerate it, look back. You want to make sure that your elbows are firmly on the ground. And opening up your neck like this is a real natural way of releasing the pituitary gland and allowing your hormones just to kind of open up and balance. You should hold that for another 2-3 breaths and then come back up. Now, and then just hold it in your up kind of rest position. If you want just a little bit more, one that's really good for hormone releasing would be the plow pose, or could just be back. So you're going to lay back, put your feet up, and you could just sit here. If this is funny, just lay down with your feet elevated. If If you feel like you want a little more, you want to benefit from a little bit more hormone releasing poses, we're going to go all the way back to a pose called the plow. Remember, you have your choice. You can stay in fish. You could stay with just elevated legs. Or you could do your cervical nod. Just keep your nose toward the ceiling. Straighten up your spine. Bring your feet over your head. And then they can either just stay elevated, or depending on your flexibility, you can go all the way back. What's important during this pose is to keep your neck straight. Allow your airway to remain open. Don't move your neck too far. Stay there as long as you're comfortable. Your body will tell you when you're done. And remember to keep your chin tucked. One of the nice things about all of these inverted poses, whether you choose the pose of the plow, just legs elevated, or you stay in fish, is that it changes your perspective. Taking a look at the world from an upside down position is one simple way to keep yourself in perspective. Take another 2 breaths, and then find yourself in a nice, restful, supine position. It's a good time to grab your bolster and put it under your legs. Find one of your blankets, roll it up, put it underneath your neck. Perhaps find another blanket and just put it over your body to keep you warm. And then if you have an eye pillow, take that as well. Take the time to get comfortable. Put that eye pillow right over your eyes. And breathe in. And breathe out. I invite you to close your eyes. And get extra comfortable. Take that moment. You deserve it. Find yourself extremely restful and at peace. I'm going to guide you through the Magic Treehouse meditation. We will focus on letting go. Letting go of an attachment that no longer serves us. This could be an emotional attachment, something that's weighing you down and no longer brings brightness to your day. Take in 3 long, deep breaths. Breathe in, count to 3, and exhale. Breathe in, count to 3, and breathe out. Breathe in, count to 3, and exhale. Now I invite you to imagine your heart. your heart is going to grow tendrils, like roots. Your heart is going to grow roots that move from your heart and grow deep, deep into the earth, providing you with stability and groundedness in a safe and steady way. In your mind's eye, you see a path of pebbles. You see this path that leads you through your flaming 50s, the journey of your life. This path starts with menopause. You can hear tiny pebbles beneath your feet as you put one foot in front of the other. It's beautiful here. The sun is shining. And there are a few puffy clouds in the sky. You may hear the sound of birds. You may hear the sound of bees coming around you. But they're just playing in their flowers. And then you see butterflies swirling through the air. As you continue walking, you enter the birth of second adulthood. You notice you start to pass down into the valley. You might notice some pits surrounding you. Look around and decide for yourself that no, you don't need to go and be sad. That the pits of despair are there and they're a part of this forest. But those pits of despair do not need to bring sadness. Instead, in this valley of your journey, they bring you new experiences, an opportunity to learn. It's okay to experience sadness during this time, and that helps you understand who you are and what helps you to be the best person you can be. Next, you see a mountain. That looks interesting. And you start to climb. As you climb to the peak of the mountain, you look around. You take a deep breath. And suddenly that breath fills you with something wonderful. Here you feel perhaps optimism, a sense of perspective. You say to yourself, what an adventure my journey has been. Now take another breath and hold it. Let it out. And this time, take another breath, and make it a loud breath. Breathe in and hold it. And when you're ready, let out that breath loudly with a sigh for the splendor that God has given you. Let your breath out, knowing that nature is unfolding just like it should be. Up ahead, you notice a tree. Slowly, in your mind's eye, walk to the tree. Enjoy the sights around you. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the smell of clean air and the feeling of sun kissing your skin. It's the perfect temperature here. A few more steps and you arrive at a magical tree. The tree is magic and it feels your presence. A drawer opens in the tree. And in the drawer is a piece of paper. You pick up the paper and the drawer closes. Another drawer opens. This drawer holds paints, markers, pens, and crayons of every color. You feel led to pick something up out of that drawer. At this point, the tree invites you to draw something. Perhaps you want to draw something that's no longer serving you. Perhaps you feel like writing your feelings down. Where are you right now in your life's journey? And what do you need to let go of? I'm going to give you time in your mind's eye to write or draw something that you need to let go of. Good. Now that you're done, fold up your paper in your mind's eye. Give it back to the tree. The tree is going to use your paper as food Just as the tree uses your breath, it's going to use your paper to nourish itself. You feel lighter. You notice a lessening of this weight. You're grateful to the tree, and the tree is grateful to you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's begin your journey home. As you walk back down the path, the pebbles on the ground warm your feet. The sound of the pebbles is music to your ears. Your steps are lighter as you return. You notice a smile creep up on your face as you approach the arched bridge. You cross the bridge and look back for one more moment. The journey of your life has been filled with blessings, full of ups and downs. And you can look back in awe at that journey that you've been on. Taking just another moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly bring your tendrils back in to your heart. Watch as those roots come back and join your body. I invite you to just allow your fingers to wiggle. Perhaps your toes wiggle. And when you're ready, roll to your right side. You are safe. And you are here. When you're ready, go ahead and sit up. Welcome down, welcome back. We've reached the part of our class where I'm going to give you a break. You've been doing a lot of good resting and relaxing, taking care of your body. Now's the time for you to take care of your body a little bit more. So I'm going to give you about 10 minutes If you need to go in and use the bathroom or fix something, now's a good time to do it. Also, going to invite you to pick up your handout and take a pen. And while it's still fresh in your mind, write down what you wrote to the tree. Put it on paper. Where are you right now in your life's journey? Is there something you need to say goodbye to or let go? And even if you're not quite 50 yet, this is still a good place for you to reflect. Is there something you need to say goodbye to or just let go? You could draw something that's no longer serving you. Okay. It's 11:30. Feel free to take a break and we'll get back together at 11:40. Thank you. I'm going to leave the prompt up just for your use.
Stephanie, this is amazing. I really went deep in the meditation, deeper than like really, really deep. It was really amazing. And I love your voice, the quality of your voice and the pacing of your voice. It's been really perfect for me. So thank you.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think there was a part when I was really drifting off and I was consciously saying to myself, don't go too far, because I wanted to also really be following your words instead of just starting to drift. But it was wonderful. And the pacing of the asana and the posture.
Put us back on recording. Welcome back. For this last part of the workshop, I'm going to lead you through a brief restorative practice where we can delve a little bit further into the benefits of yoga and this particular time in our lives. And then also we'll end with a pratyahara exercise, which I have found, that sense withdrawal, which I have found really helps me balance my hormones, calm my whatever it is, and really help me be here and now, even through all of these major changes that happen during my particular 50 years journey. So as we rejoin, I just invite you to put your feet out in front of you into a tall staff pose. Get your bottom on the ground. Perhaps wiggle a little bit. Take your hands up. Reach high. Perhaps you can reach another ½ inch and bring it down. And then bring it up again. Squeeze in your tummy and then take a forward fold. One of the great things about forward folds is it does help to calm our nervous systems. And just stay here. Helps increase your flexibility. Helps straighten your hips out. Good. And then slowly, when you're ready, come on up. As you find your way up, just really slowly tighten your abs, put your arms out in front of you, and lean all the way back. All the way back. Put your hands above your head for one more way of keeping your chest open. And breathe. This is a good time to practice your Sushumna breath. That deep belly breathing. It starts on one side and then just breathe all the way side to side to side to side, all the way up to your head, and hold it and relax. And then I invite you to bring your knees up with your feet on the ground, and we're going to take a twist. So feet hip width apart, knees to the ceiling. Take a deep breath and let your knees go to the right and hold. Twists are really good to support your spine, so allow it to stretch, to move through the spine and the vertebral column's full range of motion, and to help with detoxification. Our bodies can become more flexible with practice. You can continue to increase your range of motion and flexibility without striving too hard. Just finding yourself in twists, giving yourself a moment to stretch. Take a deep breath and bring your knees up. And then allow your knees to fall to the left side. This need for flexibility is especially important as it can prevent injury, can help you recover if you do happen to get hurt, and it helps the muscles to relax and become supple, to let go of the tightness. Good. Now from here, bring your knees back up, mid-body, so your knees are facing the ceiling. Your feet are underneath your knees. And if you have one nearby, grab your block. Take your block. You have a choice. We're going to do a bridge with support. You can either keep your block the low way, or you could put it up the medium way. If you don't happen to have a block, it's okay. Take a blanket and put it underneath your hips. So with a deep inhale, ground your feet into the ground, lift up your hips, and place that block right underneath your hips. See if you can't find a comfortable spot. You don't want it too high. You just want it to support your hips so that you can relax. And you're going to hold this position, this supported bridge pose, for a few moments. If it's comfortable, you can spread your feet out, which kind of gives you that extension, supported extension. If that's not comfortable, it's okay. You can always lessen the bridge, the support from your block or your blanket, and just let your hips open in this extension. Bridge poses help articulate the spine and help bring us into deeper emotional and mental peace. Our minds can benefit greatly from our bodies feeling just right. with a regular yoga practice, we can actually begin to recondition our mind and our nervous system so we can literally let go of any unnecessary thought or anxiety. But this comes through practice and discipline. Now I invite you to remove your block and put it to the side and come into a bound angle pose. For this one, on your back, you may want to use blankets. So you're supine. Your feet come together and your knees go out. Kind of that laying down frog pose. And you would keep the blankets under your knees or your hips if you need just a little support. This is opening up the hips and letting you just settle in to peace and quiet. One of the benefits of regular yoga practice is that it brings about authentic joy. I can just sit and let this openness in my body seep into my heart and soul and allow the yoga to become fun, to become an enlightening experience. To enliven and bring to my forefront my intuition, and to help me get strong, and to help me trust my intuition. Now from this position, let your knees come back together and your feet come spread out. And we're going to take the Mountain Brook pose. And Mountain Brook involves putting a bolster under your knees, a rolled blanket under your shoulder blades, and perhaps another blanket right under your neck. And just take a moment and get yourself settled. I have a bolster under my knees. I have that rolled blanket so that it's going to hit right below my shoulder blades, right at my bra line. I'm going to lay down. So that the top of my shoulder blades are actually on the earth. And then I have one more blanket under my neck so that I'm supported and comfortable. I like to keep my hands up with my palms facing the ceiling. There you go. And just breathe. And Mountain Brook is particularly good for balancing hormones. Regular yoga practice helps give our bodies permission to walk through their days, to walk through our days with less pain and less anxiety. Yoga can also strengthen our immune systems. Yoga also helps us to learn how to keep our nervous system out of fight or flight. More easily more often. Good. Now, I invite you to move once more into a legs up the wall posture. If you're comfortable and have a wall near you, go ahead and sit right next to that wall and just put your legs up. But if that's not comfortable or not available to you, you're fine just to lay down on your back and then elevate your legs. Find yourself a position of comfort. Practicing in an inversion can help physically by keeping your feet above your heart. That will allow circulation. That will allow perhaps sometimes through your day you get swelling in your feet. Keeping your feet above your heart will allow some of that swelling to drain, to come down. And the other thing about practicing in an inversion is it gives you life perspective. The ability to look at your life and keep perspective is important. Yoga can help you remain present no matter what's going on around you. Taking a different perspective may help you see an alternate solution to everyday situations. Our stress levels can drop just by breathing and putting yoga practice into your daily routine. Good job. Now I'm going to invite you just to let your legs come down and get very, very comfortable. Take that extra moment to make sure you have something under your neck. If you have an eye pillow, put it over your eyes. Make sure you have something over your feet, perhaps under your knees, to keep your body comfortable. And take that extra time to be absolutely right temperature, right position. For the next period of time, I'm going to lead you through Pratyahara, which is a sense withdrawal meditation. It might even help you right now to take a blanket and put it over your tummy. One more way to keep you grounded. You'll be here for a longer time, so be comfortable. Listen to my voice. I will guide you through a sequence where we will connect with each one of our senses, and then we will let go of them. We begin by making connection with your sense of touch. Become aware of all the points of contact between your body and the floor. Feel the slight heaviness of the body on the ground. The body feels fully supported by the ground underneath you. Become aware of the contact between your hands and your body, wherever they are resting. Feel the gentle weight of your hands on your body. Become aware of the contact of your clothes on your skin. And become aware of the contact between the air on your skin. Breathe, knowing that you are safe and relaxed. Let's focus on your sense of smell. Imagine your most favorite smell. Could be food, it could be drink, it could be smell of a flower or fragrance. A smell that you truly enjoy. Try to bring an experience of that smell to the tip of your nose with each inhalation. Now pay attention to your sense of taste. Bring your focus to the tip of your tongue. Imagine your most favorite taste. The taste of any food or drink that you truly enjoy. Imagine that taste on your tongue. Good. Next, we'll shift your awareness to the sense of sight. This time, imagine an object that you truly like looking at. Pick an object that is the source of visual delight. Bring that object to the back of your mind's eye in its full color, shape, and size. Just stay focused on that image. Good. Next, we'll make connection with your sense of hearing. Imagine a sound you truly enjoy listening to. It could be the sound of a loved one, the sound of a musical note, or the sound of a chirping bird. Try to bring an experience of that sound to your ears. Now we move to your sense of balance and movement. Imagine a movement that you truly enjoy. Perhaps it's gentle rocking as you sit on a swing. Or perhaps it's that movement of you being held by someone you love. Bring an experience of that gentle movement to your body. Good. Now notice where you are laying. Is there weight or pressure on the back of your body? Are your hands lying flat on the ground? Notice how you are supported completely by the ground. Now slowly shift the awareness to your breathing. The breath is very soft. Perhaps you hear the almost perceptible sound of your breathing. See if you can listen to your own heartbeat. Stay tuned to the rhythm of your heartbeat. Gradually, shift your hearing away from your body. Try to hear any sounds from within your room. Slowly extend your hearing to outside the room. Slowly extend your hearing farther and farther away until you feel totally, completely in silence. A place that lies at the end of all sound vibration. Total stillness. Now watch the flow of your breath as you inhale and exhale. As you inhale, feel the gentle cooling of the nostrils. As you exhale, become aware of the gentle warmth of your outgoing breath. Just connecting with the quality and depth of each breath. Now shift your awareness to your mind. Feel calm and peaceful. So peaceful that you may be able to go deeper and deeper. Perhaps to a place of the deepest core of your existence, a place which is perfectly still, always peaceful and joyful. Make connection with this place. Good. Now gently, slowly, notice your body. Slowly. Say thank you to your body for sharing all the wonderful ways that you are. Slowly. Gently. Say thank you to your inner ears. Say thank you for sharing all the wonderful ways that you can move. Now notice your ears. And say thank you to your ears. Be grateful to your ears for sharing all the wonderful sounds around you. Now notice your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Take a moment to say thank you for the sight that your eyes give you, for sharing all the beautiful sights in your world. And now in gratitude, thank your mouth and your taste buds. Say thank you to your mouth for sharing all the wonderful tastes around you. And very close to your mouth, travel up to your face and notice your nose. And say thank you to your nose for sharing all the wonderful smells around you. And lastly, notice your skin. And say thank you to your skin for keeping you all together and safe, and sharing with you all the wonderful feelings around you. Now slowly, gently, return to this place and return to this room. Return to your room. Slowly. Invite some gentle movement into your toes. Allow your fingers to wiggle. Try for just another moment to stay connected to your here and now. And when you are ready, roll over onto your right side and gently sit up. Perhaps for just one more moment, sit in peace. Keep your eyes closed for just one more moment. And imagine yourself surrounded by love. Peace, joy, just invite you to put your hands down beside you, palms up, and stretch your arms out. You can keep your eyes closed still. Stretch your arms up, up, bring them up over your head gradually, gathering in all of this peace until your fingertips touch above your head. And as your fingertips touch, notice that touch. Grasp it and bring it down slowly to your heart. And take all that feeling of peace and love and surround your heart with that warmth. And let it stay there. And one more breath. Take that love and take that warmth in your heart and gently, slowly push it to the sky. Push it to the sky, up, up high, so your fingertips are reaching high. with your palms facing out. Allow your hands to slowly, gently come back down to the earth, spreading that peace and love back out into your room, into your house. And then allow your hands to come together again by your heart. And take one more deep breath. Ladies, this has been truly a heart blessing period of time. And I just want to end this practice together with that word that means that deep and special light inside of me honors and sees all the beauty and light inside of you. And I'll end this class with the word namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I am going to just namaste to all of you. I'm just going to invite you to stay in this peaceful state. Know that on the handout there is some more ideas and suggestions for maintaining balance and keeping peace. Whether you're in the midst of your flaming 50s, whether you're in the pits of despair, whether you are coming out into a surge of optimism and creativity, just thought it might be helpful after you're all done with the class to take a look at your list and then add what really works for you. Maybe just to remember there might be areas that you need more attention to. And then I'm just going to blow you a kiss. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie.